3. Hey y'all, it's Betsy. Today I figured I'd do something different and I'm going to do 10 random facts that you may not know about me. Now if you follow me on my main channel, which is Cuttin Corners Vinyl, which is my crafting channel, you may have heard some of this already. But if you don't and you only subscribe over here, this is a little bit of a way to get to know me a little bit better. So to start off, one of the big things about me is I am an absolute Disney fanatic. Disney World is my favorite place on this earth. Florida is where I was born and where I will live again. But Disney has a special place in my heart. Every time there's a new Disney movie, me and my husband and my kids, we always go see it together as a family. If we can choose anywhere to go on vacation, it is always going to be Disney related. And it's not just about the princesses. Now don't get me wrong, I love my princesses, but it's just that sense of family that is involved with most Disney movies, and it's something that we all enjoy and we all actually like. So we definitely try to strive to keep enjoying that. Another thing, which I'm sure you probably know, is I am a makeup fanatic. I absolutely love makeup and I love eyeshadow. Eyeshadow palettes are my absolute downfall. It is my weakness when it comes to makeup. And I'm trying to get better and actually use some of the palettes I have. I have so many that I'm trying to cycle through and actually rotate and make sure I get use out of them, because I spend a lot of money on them and I want to actually use them. But I love eyeshadow palettes. The good thing is lately it seems like the market is a little oversaturated, so there isn't a whole lot that has excited me. The only new palette that I've gotten in a month is the Kat Von D, which some people are like, oh my gosh, you got a new palette, just one this month? If you see my makeup collection and you've seen how many palettes that I've actually gotten rid of and how I try to keep it somewhat containable, you would understand that buying one is amazing, which I actually didn't even buy it myself. My husband bought it for me for Mother's Day, which was the Kat Von D 10th anniversary palette, because I am absolutely obsessed with Kat Von D eyeshadows. They are amazing. But there's really not a whole lot that has really piqued my interest lately. Like anytime I'm seeing a new palette, I'm like, I have that color, I have that color, I have that color. So I'm probably going on kind of a low buy right now. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna buy anything. If something piques my interest, then heck yeah, I will purchase it. But it's the same kind of thing with blush and highlighter. It's like I see something and I'm like, oh, I have that color. I have that. I have that. So it's not as big of a deal for me to purchase what's new, at least at this point. So that's another thing about me. So there's 2. A third thing is I love horror movies. That is probably, other than watching a Disney movie, and I probably watch more horror movies than I do Disney movies, but I love horror movies. And it doesn't matter the type. I will watch a thriller, I will watch something that's gory and what most people would think would be gross. It just doesn't bother me, and I like to be scared. I'm not much of a romantic comedies girl, or even a comedy, and I'm not really big on action movies, but give me a good cartoon or give me a good horror movie and I'm happy. And it's really hard to say, but like, I mean, Stanley Kubrick's version of The Shining is one of my all-time favorites. I love that psychological, but with the gore mixed in. And I mean, there's other stuff like 13 Ghosts. I still love that movie, even though a lot of people don't, but I mean, I like stuff like that. Probably not something you can tell from looking at me that this bright, colorful person loves the scary stuff, but I do. Which is also kind of confusing. I mean, sometimes I feel like I can be a conundrum to people. I guess is the best way to describe it. I'm kind of all over the place. Same thing with music. I mean, you will catch me listening to heavy metal. You'll catch me listening to gangster rap. I'm still a big Tupac fan, always. One of the first things, my husband wanted to buy a record player, so the first thing I bought was a Tupac album. I mean, but I'm also love heavy metal, Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace. I love that kind of, but don't get me wrong, love me some love songs. Celine Dion, Adele, Demi Lovato's really good. And I love like Kate Bush and the Cranberries. So my music selection again is all over the place. But I mean, I think that's the kind of thing about me that finds me a little bit different and fascinating, I guess. Not really fascinating. I always find it weird because whenever you look back, like whenever me and my husband first started dating, we are complete and utter opposites. He was very much into the goth kind of scene. He wore a lot of black and he likes computers and gaming and that kind of thing. And I'm bright colors, pink, you know, very peppy and outgoing, and he's very not, I guess is the best way to describe it. So we are on the complete and opposite spectrum, but it works for us. And I wouldn't trade him for the world. It's just, that's my person, that's my penguin. You know, they say penguins mate for life, that's my other half. And he is an absolute amazing husband, an amazing father. I wouldn't trade him for the world. But again, we are complete opposites. So there's another fun fact about me. My car. My car is probably, in our small town, a lot of people know, well, you can see me coming. I have a pink convertible Beetlebug. Whenever, in 2016, whenever Volkswagen released the limited edition hashtag, yes, it has a hashtag on the pink Beetle, is what the name of it's called. We had to purchase it. I always joked with my husband, and even when I was a little girl, Barbie with her pink convertibles, I always wanted a pink convertible. He was looking at cars for him, and he saw that, and he was like, baby, Volkswagen has a pink convertible. I was like, what? So we had to go purchase one, and so I zip around town, and I'm not one of those people who buy a convertible and don't ever put the top down. That's part of the reason why you always see my hair up, is because I use my convertible, and we live in Southeast Texas, so 3/4 of the year at least is convertible weather. And when it's super hot, like right now, man, it's been like 96 degrees already, I just turn the AC up and keep the convertible top down. It is so much fun. And I love having a pink girly car. So there's another weird fact. So we've talked about a few things: Disney, horror, my husband, my musical taste, my car, my makeup. So there's 6 things about me. Another thing that might be a little bit surprising, I am PTA mom. I have always believed with my kids, I'm a full-time mom, but I'm also a full-time wife, I'm a full-time business owner. You just have to sleep very little to be able to get all this stuff done. And you don't have to be involved if you don't want to be. But to me, it was always very important to be involved at my kids' school. I grew up in a broken home without a lot of parental involvement, and I always wanted to be there for my kids. So I've done PTA since they started school. I've held board positions. I'm still on the board as we speak. I go to everything, and it has been important for me, and it gives me a chance not to only get to know my kids' teachers, which is, I think, very, very important, but I get to know the kids that they go to school with. We are in a small town, and I think knowing the kids as well, I mean, it's very, very helpful. And I mean, again, that's one of those things that I wouldn't ever stop doing. You know, I make it to as many meetings as I can. Now that the kids are older and Cameron's out of elementary school, at PTA there was a whole lot more involvement in me being up at the school, a whole lot more for elementary. Middle school and high school, it's a little bit different of a ball game. But, I mean, it's like with anything else, it's cliquish, but to me that never really bothered me. It's kind of funny because I'm outgoing and stuff when I'm at work, but whenever you first meet me in person, and people have come into my store and stuff that have seen me on YouTube, they're like, hi. And I'm very quiet. It takes a while for me to open up, but that's where YouTube has really come in handy because I've been able to open up a lot more with people. You know, whenever your life's out there and it's kind of, you gotta be a little bit more of an open book. And I'm not embarrassed by anything, and I'm not perfect by any means, but you know, I am what I am, and it is what it is, and take it or leave it. So, PTA, that's another thing. Let's see, so that's 7. I'm trying to think. 8, okay, craftiness. Let's talk craftiness. I have a crafting channel. My crafting channel has over 50,000 subscribers. Woo, go me. Which is crazy to me because to me, having people sit here and watch me, I was like, nobody's gonna wanna do that. But I kept getting people who wanted tutorials. So I was like, well, we'll shoot a video. And it's kind of taken on a life of its own. So with that being said, people think I'm like this crafty person. Really, I'm not. If I can't do it on a computer, or if it's not basic, simple painting, I am not very good. I can't cut a straight line to save my life. Thank goodness that Cricut and Silhouette and all that came out, because that's what is my saving grace. I can do makeup somewhat. I mean, some people may think it looks like crud, but I think I look pretty darn good. It's been a day, y'all. Y'all don't even know. But that being said, that's how I'm crafty. If that didn't exist, I have, let me tell you, when Nadia was about 2, my mother-in-law, she sews. She's amazing. Wanted me to learn to sew. I think I cut out 2 pieces of the pattern that I was gonna sew. I was gonna sew Nadia a dress. She still has the fabric, but it never got finished. That's kind of how I am on crafting. If it can't be done quick, I lose interest in it real fast. That is just not my favorite thing, other than doing the vinyl stuff. I actually really enjoy doing it. That's why it's on my channel. Let's see. So 2 more things. Trying to think of what might be kind of juicy. You want me to spill the tea? That sounds so goofy. But it's just a whole different ball game. Let's see. I'm an animal lover. I have 3 dogs. We also have 2 cats. The cats are not mine. They're not my babies, but we still take care of them. They're the kids' cats. One's Cameron's, one's Nadia's. Nadia's cat. And I love animals. Don't get me wrong. That cat is evil incarnate. But she loves it. That's her baby, so we deal with it. And then Cameron's cat is just, she's sweet as can be. She's not very smart though. And I hate to say that, but she's just really not. All that she does is eat, and she is fat. And she's a rescue. Let me say this. It's not like we sit here and overfeed our animals, but all of our animals are rescue animals, so they have their quirks, and it's kind of hard to break them out of it. Cameron's cat is overweight. She will eat and eat and eat because I guess she's scared that another meal's not coming, because we've only had her about 2 years now. Or no, about a year, a little over a year. So she eats. And Nadia's cat is super skinny, so we have to leave food out because she'll only eat a piece here or there, and Sophie goes behind and eats all the food. So it's something. I don't even know how to describe it. And then we have our 3 dogs. We have Bella, Stevie, and Layla. Bella is our oldest. We've had her for 10 years. We rescued her when she was about 5 years old. She has no hair on her tail because she was locked in a kennel. She's a standard sized dachshund. She's sweet as can be. She can't see anymore. She can barely smell, and she's going deaf. But all that she does is sleep and eat, and she's sweet as can be. And she's not in any pain, and I'm not getting rid of her, and I'm not gonna put her down. I mean, she will live out the rest of her happy, lazy life on my couch. That's where she likes to be. Stevie, now that is my heart right there. That dachshund, we rescued her. We've had her 8 years now, and she's about 10 years old. She is the sweetest dog ever. Very loyal, just wants to be next to you, and is just the gentlest dog, except for when it comes to Layla. Layla's the puppy out of the bunch. We rescued her. She was in a litter of puppies that were left on someone's doorstep, and they thought they were Chihuahuas, but there's no weenie in that dog. She's just Chihuahua. And she's hyper and high strung and always in my face. But again, I love her. Those are my babies. Thank God for dogs, because as my kids are getting older, at least someone still likes to cuddle with me. I have a little bit of attachment issues when it comes to my kids and my dogs. I don't know. I mean, but that's how it is. I mean, my animals are like my children. I don't favor my children over my animals. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's true. Because my children don't ask, my dogs don't ask me for money. My kids do. So that's number 9. And number 10, being a child of the 90s, there are certain things that still excite me from the 90s. I have on a Lisa Frank t-shirt. They sell them now at Hot Topic, which really makes me happy. I will always buy anything that has bright colors and things like that. I think that if you project yourself through fashion like that, which I will not say that I am a fashionable person. I mean, I can look cute, but 90% of the time I am in a shirt that I made, either shorts or jeans, and sandals or tennis shoes. I get up every morning, go bring the kids to school. I come to work, I cook dinner. I am a busy wife, mom, business owner, so I don't stop a lot. So the days of looking cute, or cute like I like to look, are definitely gone. But I still love clothes, don't get me wrong. And I love a cute dress. I just don't wear them very often. They're not very practical unless I can find them in like an A shape, longer length that hits me right by the knee, which part of my problem with a lot of clothing is I am 4'11". I am super duper short. I mean, Cameron, my baby, is just about 6 inches shorter than me now at this point. But finding clothes that fit and are cute, because a lot of things that are in petite are not very cute. But like the other day I found the cutest jumpsuit at Target, and it hits me like where a normal like pants length jumpsuit is supposed to hit. But the problem is it's supposed to be like capri length. But hey, I'm not gonna complain. There are some benefits to being shorter. But hopefully I didn't ramble on too much, and hopefully this gives you a little bit more insight into me and the things that I like and the person that I am. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And don't forget to take and hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the little bell notification icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is normally Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But my daughter is graduating. It is a crazy next few weeks, so I will not make any promises on what will and will not be going up on our channel. But other than that, I think that's it for today, so thanks, and y'all have a great day.